Hello everyone, welcome back. I am going to show you what my reading lists are like for my modules for this semester. So in front of me I have the reading list for this is Renaissance. So as you can see, this is week 1 here, week 2, and so on and so forth. Now, this might be a lot for some person to read, and it is. Like, these were a lot, even just the Shakespeare stuff was a lot of poems. The Philip Sidney, Drummond, and everything were a lot. I didn't get round to reading Henry the Fifth, Sixth, something like that. I didn't get round to reading this because it was so big, and I was trying to keep up with all the other poems on the other modules. You'll see why in a minute. So this is week 3, prose and poetry and prose and religion. So John Donne, Shakespeare, and then week 4 is manuscript miscellaneous stuff, more Shakespeare, Philip Sidney, Helen Hackett, etc. And then we're going to do into week 5. So this is what I did my essay on. So Edmund Spenser's The Fairy Queen. And then week 6 was satire. As you can see all those ones there. Week 7 is the mid-semester break, which is also called reading week, but not everybody does the reading. So week 8 is drama and others, more Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe. Week 9 is City Comedy, which is Ben Jonson Full Pony. Week 10 is Knowledge and Discovery, Francis Bacon, Margaret Cavendish, all that. And then you're coming into my favourite stuff here, which is the last 2 weeks, which are Milton's Paradise Lost, books 1 to 6, I think that is. And I think week 12 will be books 7 to 12. I'm not really great with the Roman numerals. I just kind of have to go with it. But yeah, this is just for one module. One. Okay. So that was the Renaissance. Let's go to, I think this is Romanticism. Yes, it is. Let's scroll back up on this beauty right here. Political and social revolutions. I shit you not. That was the reading list to start with. All of that. Some of them short, some of them big, some of them essays, some of them poems and essays combined. And that's the essential list. And there's some recommended extra stuff if you happen to get through that. And then 2 is aesthetic / poetic revolutions, nature, the sublime, and creative imagination. I shit you not. Again, that is week 2. And then the recommended list is here. Week 3, sensibility, melancholy, essential, all that. And then recommended, all that. Then Gothic Nightmares, Sicilian Romance. It's just a novel, which is not too bad. I got part of the way through it, but I had to move on because I wanted to catch up with other things. Again, essential reading, recommended reading. Topic 6, so week 6 would be rewriting the pastoral with James Hogg and Robert Burns and Wordsworth and a bunch of others. Much shorter, but these are longer. I mean, this here's a novel anyway, and he's a famous Scottish writer from, I think he's from the Central Belt, is Scotland. So topic 7, Bards and Minstrelsy. So I'll be talking a lot about this with Justin Thomas on the Top Shelf fandom in regards to A Song of Ice and Fire and Game of Thrones. So if you haven't seen that link yet, go and check out Justin Thomas's channel, Top Shelf Fandom. I'll be on there next Thursday. There's all these here and all this recommended stuff. Topic 8 is Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility, which is really good because next semester I'm taking special authors and it's all about Jane Austen. So I'm actually going to be reading this. I've already read Pride and Prejudice. So I'm definitely started reading this already, so I need to finish reading it. But I haven't got the Norton Critical Edition, I've got the Wordsworth edition. The Norton critical editions are the ones that come with lots and lots of essays and forewords and stuff like that in the front, which is really helpful for study, but they're extremely expensive. So that's why I went for the Wordsworth one. Then we come to Nightmare Abbey. You get like go into the anthology and you'll see Byron, John Donne and things like that. And then week 10 is Innocence and Experience. Lots of Wordsworth, more Wordsworth, and yeah, that's it. So quite a lot to go through in there. And then let's go to modernism. So actually modernism is one of my favourite of this semester. So it's not set up the same way as the others. It starts a bit later. This is T.S. Eliot, Ezra Pound, Mary Moore, Yeats. It has obviously recommended reading and then like other reading. The Good Soldier, I did a review on this on Lauren's Corner on my actual main channel. I love this book. I was thinking about maybe redoing the review for it because Ford Madox Ford has sparked a lot of interesting links for me. I think actually, like within Westworld, Ford is actually not who we think he is. I think he's a representation of Ford Madox Ford, but I'll probably save that for another time. So we get to read this over 2 weeks, but really this is just you read it once and then you meant to read it again. But given the reading that we have on the other modules, sometimes that's not always possible. So I do take deep notes while I'm reading. It does take a bit longer, but it does the trick. And then we're going into T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland, Ulysses, things like that. More Wasteland stuff. This module here is very much more spread out than the others, and it gives more time for thought and to catch up if you are behind or ill for any reason. So we've got Scrupulous Meanness and How Oddic Civilization Is. This is from James Joyce's Dubliners, and then Catherine Mansfield. Loads of different stories. And now we're on Virginia Woolf to the Lighthouse. So that's what I'm reading just now. Obviously, we get 2 weeks to read this twice. Should be reading it twice. To take plenty of notes. You do one half and then the other half. And then we're on to Aftermath/Afterlife, which is Samuel Beckett, Waiting for Godot, and a couple of poems from the Norton Anthology. Also an extremely expensive book, but very handy book to have if you are a book nut and want to learn a bit more about poetry. Everything is in there, and it's all categorized by year, era, not in alphabetical order of writers' names, which is really handy. Once you know who's from when, then you can work through it, no problem. It did kind of get throw me off of it initially. So this module here has been separated into reading lists here. So you'll have like essential reading, recommended reading, and then you'll have like other stuff that they've put on the site for the uni. So yeah, just to give you an idea of what the level of work is I'm doing, this is basically how hefty it is. And yeah, that's just 3 modules over the course of about 4 or 5 months. It's hefty. So and I do enjoy it. I mean, I will be honest, I don't read everything. I can't physically do that. I get depressed after a while. It's like, I need to get out, I need to go for a walk and process properly, because that's really important about the material. You have to learn to process it. And if you can't do that there and then you'll be lost. You don't think you're taking the information in, and then 6 months down the line, you'll remember it all perfectly, and then you'll understand it, and that'll be the game. But anyway, this has been my little video sharing you what my reading list is, the level of work that I need to do, and basically just to show you how and why I'm so stressed out, or can be. I'm just nervous and I want to do good. So If you've liked this video, if you've got any comments about the work or anything you've spotted that you personally like, please do let me know. Also share this out if you know anyone who thinks they're doing far too much work. Let them see what an English honours student does in Scotland. So yeah, I will catch you in my next video. Ta-das!